Face Friday, Full Face Friday, Charlotte Tilbury, Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so almost 2 years ago now, November 2018, I posted the Full Face Friday of Charlotte Tilbury, and ever since then, in the almost 2 years that have transpired since, I cannot get that out of my head. Every time I see a Charlotte Tilbury product, I just... Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury. I apologize to anyone who is still upset that we ditched the Full Face Friday theme song, but this is one of the brands that I wanted to do an updated full face of. Charlotte Tilbury has been a brand that I have loved since the start of my YouTube journey. I think she is a hilarious, fabulous woman, and her products are fun, they're very luxurious, they're very expensive, and so many of them have remained favorites and staples in my makeup collection. And there's been a lot of new products since that last full face. I mean, I use products here and there throughout my videos anyway, but because there were so many products that I hadn't tried, there are so many new products. Like, she's been pumping out the new launches, you guys. I thought it would be a good time to do an updated full face of Charlotte Tilbury. So that's what we're doing today, guys. Gonna play with some makeup. I have my Power Woman shoulder shirt on, and we're gonna try and get all nice and fabulous. I'll talk through my favorites as we go along. There's a lot of products here. This is most likely going to be a very long video. Strap in, sit tight, grab a tea, and let's get on to this thing. If you like these full face videos, these kind of brand overview reviews, makeup looks, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. And if there are any other brands that you want to see me feature here on the YouTube, let me know in the comments down below. My friends, let us dive in. So let's start with the base. Charlotte Tilbury has so many different base products. I feel like they're favorites of so many people. Like, I always see people using and loving all of her base products, the primers, the foundations, concealers. Every time she posts a video in it, it always looks so perfect and flawless. They haven't really been favorites for me in the past. I do have a ton of different options here because I kind of wanted to revisit them now that some time has passed. I wanted to try some different concoctions, like the Hollywood Flawless Filter, for example. So many of my beloved fellow people here on YouTube rave about this, and it's favorites for so many, and I just, every time I use it, it just pills and does weird things. So I'm gonna try a Charlotte exclusive base here, obviously, and see how they pile together on top of one another and see if I feel any differently. So the first one I wanted to try is actually the Brightening Youth Glow. This is the Glow Booster, and I was just watching one of the Charlotte Tilbury YouTube videos on this, and they just like piled it on, and the chick's skin looked incredible after. And it's a product I haven't seen anyone use otherwise. Like, this was a product that I just haven't seen much of in the YouTube, Instagram space. And that was kind of the case with a lot of these products. Oh my God. That feels really like thick. What do you think I'm gonna say? Thick and juicy, baby. Wow, honestly. So nice. Okay, so I just put a layer of that on. It kind of dried instantly. Like, I don't feel like it feels dry. I don't know. I guess it's technically a glow booster. It's not really named a hydrating booster. I'm gonna try and just put one extra little layer on because in that video they just loaded the model up with the juicy juice. So I'm just gonna It smells nice. It feels nice, but it really is just like rubbing it between your fingers and like putting it on. It feels like it's gonna be so thick and hydrating, but then yeah, it just dries down, which was interesting. But I'd never tried that, the Brightening Youth Glow. Now, I want to next try the Hollywood Flawless Filter because this is just a product that I just haven't been able to make work for me. One thing, the writing is like rubbing off onto my fingers right now, so if I just suddenly get a bunch of chunks all over my face, I apologize. I'm gonna try and avoid this right now. I did pick up a deeper shade, which obviously is too dark for me right now, so I'm gonna try and use this peeling one. This one's in the shade 2 Light. I'm just gonna take it right from the bullet and apply this. I always love watching Jamie Genevieve use this, and she always uses it with a brush. So I'm just gonna kind of use that as like an extra layer of glow and, as the name would say, flawlessness. Those bits are all over me. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my MAC 170 brush and just blend that in. Like, it does add such a layer of glow. But I guess I don't know, like, really what the difference would be between this and, like, her classic Wonder Glow. Okay, so this is what I want to show you like what the product has always done to me. Do you see it like pilling here? It literally just peels off my skin. And I would say that this is definitely an older bottle, but this is what it's always done to me. Like, look at it just peeling off. I kind of was hoping that something magical would happen today. I don't know why I would assume that, but this is what the Hollywood Flawless Filter does to me every time I apply it. It literally just rolls off of my face. Maybe there's just something in it that my skin doesn't agree with. I don't know. We're gonna start again, okay? So because that did happen again, I'm gonna go back in with the Brightening Youth Glow. Nice layer of this again. And then I'm gonna just try and use the deeper one, which is one that I just bought. So it'll be more fresh. If it happens again, then I am officially ousting the Hollywood Flawless Filter from my life and accepting my fate with it, or not with it, if you will. And if it works, then I'm just gonna have to toss that bottle because obviously it's expired. So let's try this. I know it's deeper, guys. Bear with me. We will make it all blend. My face is much lighter. Well, my face and neck, so much lighter than my body anyway. So I always like to add a little bit of a deeper glow. I want no judgments, please. Okay, I'm going to blend this out and see if anything changes. Okay, so that one did not pill at all, and that one actually put the most lovely glow across my skin. Wow. I mean, I know it's deeper, so it's adding that warmth anyway. It's like, here's a tan. A very bright, shiny looking tan, but yeah, that one applied so much better. So it must just be that bottle. Maybe I just had a bad bottle from the start. Okay, so that was a very long-winded discussion on the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Perfect. Let's move on to foundation. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I have watched so many videos of darling Charlotte applying this, and it just looks beautiful. So I just wanted to, wow, it's really thick. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to just put that on the back of my hand to see how it feels, because I just don't remember what the finish is like. And I'm gonna definitely have to take this down my neck to blend that together. I feel like this just isn't settling into my skin very well. It's just like sitting on top of my skin, like I can just see it here. We're gonna wait. We're gonna let this settle in because sometimes foundation can take a minute just to mix in with the skin. What I'm gonna do is take their new Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This one can be used before and after makeup. It's meant to instantly lock in your look for makeup magic that looks just applied. So we can try and just, actually I should spray away first. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting that smell. It's really reminding me of something from my youth. It's really, excuse me, oh, it's really perfumey, but like it's a good smell, but it still just went into my nose. That felt really nice. I'm gonna just, but yeah, the fragrance is a bit much for me. It's a little bit soapy. It's like a clean soapy scent. But let's see if that helps, because sometimes even like if a foundation is a little bit too dry or it's not sinking in, sometimes I just take like my MAC Fix Plus and spray it on my skin, and that just helps it to sink in there. I think because of the scent of that, I wouldn't be able to do much there. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's move on to concealer. We'll let this settle. I want to try the thing that I don't remember what it's called. It doesn't have a name. Magic Vanish Under Eye Face Cheat for Intense Color Correction. This is the most precious little Charlotte Tilbury package I've ever seen. It is so tiny. Here's my thumb for size reference. I got this one in the shade 1. And we're going to use that to counteract the blue and purple under here. Could this be an official replacement for my Tarte Under Eye CC Cream? Oh, that honestly, that's really nice. Like just as an initial feeling, it doesn't feel as like creamy and hydrating as the Tarte one. It's a little bit more of a drier putty texture, but the color is great. I look very brightened indeed. Wow, okay. Let's move on to the concealer. I have the Magic Away Liquid Concealer as well as the Retoucher pen. I think I'm going to use the Magic Away Concealer just because I haven't used this one as much. I got this one in the shade 3 Fair. So we have a few outstanding zitties that are still chilling out. Oh, that's an interesting... Looks like a paint splat. So I'm just going to blend that into the few places where I need a bit of extra help. I feel like this one's really thick. Like if you wanted, you could just do the flawless filter and then the concealer. Like that was a lot of product for sure. Or for me, this would just generally be a product I might use with my sponge. But I just love watching the Charlotte Tilbury videos where they're just always using brushes and it always just looks so easy. Maybe they're secretly using sponges off camera and just not showing us. So I'm just gonna take my finger and go over top of all that. Like we are, wow, there's a lot of makeup on my face. And we are covered, fam. We are covered. Like that concealer is full coverage. Oh my God. So much makeup. Ah! Listen, we're just gonna live with this right now. We are going to bask in this very, very full coverage life, which is odd for us here on this channel. It's been a while. Let's go ahead and contour. This is the Hollywood Contour Wand, a beautiful, beautiful contouring product, and one I have used very recently. And you need the tiniest bit of this. It is so pigmented and creamy. I'm just taking little dabs of that. I'm going to blend that out with my Smith 157 brush and just chisel and contour the face that we have just absolutely smothered in full coveredness. Let's bring some dimension back. And then before we go in with any powder products, I wanted to try the new Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. I was so excited to see this cream blush launch. How gorgeous is this packaging, first of all? And the Pillow Talk is just such a glorious line in its entirety from Charlotte Tilbury. The Pillow Talk lip liner, the Pillow Talk lipsticks, and now the Lip and Cheek Glow. I'm like, yes, sign me up. I've been so excited to try this. So I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger, even though this makes me so impatient, and I'll probably switch to a brush. Yeah, that's a lot thinner than I thought, honestly. I'm just gonna dip it in with a brush. Like the formula's much thinner than I expected, which is nice. It prevents you from going overboard like I just did from dipping it in with the brush. That's really nice. It honestly does put such a natural looking sheen on the cheeks. I'm just gonna put it on the lips right now too, because it does say Lip and Cheek Glow. Oh, I love that. This is such a great, like, sheer wine berry color. This is very exciting. I'm excited about this blush shade. Okay guys, the more that I stare at this blush, the more I'm just, I think that this is like the perfect color for me. I just love it so much. Oh, it's beautiful. Let us set this face with some powder and put some more powder on top. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, which I love and use often. Just gonna take a little bit of that and tap it off on the mirror because I'm filthy like that. Woo-hoo. And I'm gonna put some of this on the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, right here in this little eye socket area where I'm very porous. And even though I love the glow, I just wanna make sure that we're not, you know, pory. So I'm just putting it right around the areas where I, well, don't want to be extra shiny. And just to set in that powder, let's do another quick spritz of this spray. Breathe out. Honestly, that looks great. I'm thrilled with that. I did want to apply some more bronzer just to warm up the face a little bit more. This is the Airbrush bronzer. You guys know how I feel about this. The packaging is divine. It is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I have this one in the shade 2. And I'm just going to take my giant Refer 22 brush and just dip that in. And first I want to put some on the neck here just to help it out a little bit. And I'm just going to press that onto the cheeks and across the forehead here, just to help warm up the complexion a little bit more. Just a little bit. And I'm also just going to run a little bit more of that down the nose. This is a product I'd never seen. This is the Magic Star highlighter. Again, glorious packaging. Look at this beautiful, oh, pardon me. Look at this powder. How gorgeous is that? This just looked like a stunning highlighter I wanted to pour all over my face. Normally, one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. And this is a product I have used and loved for years. Love the packaging. And then this was from their holiday collection last year. Look at this thing. Ugh, isn't she beautiful? So that's usually like the sculpt and highlight that I use from Charlotte Tilbury, but then they came out with the Airbrush bronzers, and then I saw this highlight. So just for science, I wanted to try this one out instead. It might be a little too gold for me, but we can try and make it work. Okay, so let's just dibble that. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, she's golden. She is golden indeed. A true gold and a beautiful formula. I think for future I'll definitely have to stick with the highlight in my Filmstar Bronze and Glow, but otherwise it blended out so creamily. Before we leave the face, I did want to just give a brief mention to my Cheek to Chic blushes. I have two shades, Pillow Talk and Ecstasy, that are in my collection. Pillow Talk is the one that I have used and loved the most. This one is just like, it's disgusting. I use it so much. It's a beautiful blush, one of my favorite shades of blush in general, and also the one that's been in my collection from Charlotte Tilbury. And then recently I actually just got Ecstasy, which is such a beautiful, beautiful nude, and I love the packaging of these. These are a classic product that have always been in my collection, so those are the two that I have. I wanted to try using their brow product. This is the Brow Lift Pencil, and it reminds me of the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil in the shape of the wand here. And I never realized that they had a great little spoolie here, and I wanted to give it a go. Great color, honestly. I'm just gonna take some clear brow gel and run that through. The color was great, and it was perfectly creamy and lovely. I've got no complaints there. Who knew? Well, the brows are done, so let's move on to the eyes. I'm gonna show you my sinful stack. I pride myself in decluttering my makeup collection often and keeping a relatively, as far as YouTubers go, smaller collection, but listen, the Charlotte Tilbury palettes, I have a hoarding problem. I feel like they've recently come out with a lot of different ones. They brought out the color-coded ones that suit certain eye colors. They brought out a bunch of those, and I just wanted to keep it on. Honestly, the green looked really nice next to this. They brought out some blues, which was fun. The Dolce Vita eyeshadow palette is the original and the one I've had in my collection the longest. Love that one so much, and I don't really use it all that often, but just out of sentimental reasons, that's the one I keep in my collection. However, this is the one I was super excited about, and one I hadn't seen from Charlotte Tilbury before, and that's the Desert Haze palette, and it's all mattes. It's dreamy. So many of her eyeshadow palettes are just a ton of shimmers, and I'm so excited that she brought this one out to use. So that's what I wanted to try out today for the eyeshadow. Let's dive in and play. I'm going to start with this lovely little skin-toned one and just pop that all over because we have got some product buildup on our eyeballs. And honestly, actually, it's showing up a lot more on my skin tone than I thought it would. It's actually a really nice, very light transition shade for my skin tone. I'm just gonna pop that right under here too, just to set in some of the, 30 products that we put underneath our eye. I'm gonna define that crease a little bit more with this warm, I don't even know how I'd describe that. It's like a warm, reddy brown. I'm gonna run that shade on the lower lash line as well, just to blend those two together, going all the way up. Boop. These are so creamy and beautiful. Woo. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take this deeper shade here and just deepen up that outer corner as well. I'm kind of just dragging that to the lashes as well. Focusing most of the product on the outer bit, and then I just lightly drag it across to the lash line. Because I just always love my lashes to be a little bit smoked out, a little bit deep. Even though I don't do liner often, I do just always like to make sure we got a little bit of smokiness going on. And I'm just gonna make sure that's nice and blended out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a small blendy brush and the dark brown and just pop that right into the lash line. Just really, really softly fluffing that into the lashes. I think this, no, I don't think, I know. This is my favorite palette that Charlotte certainly has ever come out with. It's also a little bit more warm and intense than I was planning on going today, but here we are. You know what I just realized, you guys? I was literally like, brow gel, I didn't see one, I don't have one. It's right here. I did buy a brow gel. That is so funny. I thought it was mascara. Honestly, the box was next to, I thought I had just bought a mascara and that was it. Apparently I did in fact get a brow gel. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna, yep, here we go. We're putting in the legendary brow gel. This is the tiniest little spoolie I've ever seen. There's some brow gel. Okay. Pillow Talk Lip Cheat Lip Pencil. I've had this in my collection for years. I love it. Such a classic color. It's a great nude, and it's just a little bit more on the pinky side than what I typically use. I usually go for the very, very like brown undertone, more beige undertoned nude lip liners, but this one's just a little bit more on that like pinky mauvey undertone for a lip liner, which I love, and it's beautiful. For the lips, I did want to try this Pillow Talk one. This is the Sexy Lips. There's a few different shades of this, but it's just like a little bit longer than her typical lipstick cartridge. These Sexy Lips. I wanted to give it a try. They seem to be like a really nice balmy texture. How lovely is that? Oh, that's so nice. What a glorious lip balm formula. And such a nice color. It's more warm than I was expecting. I love that. Let's finish off with the mascara. This is the Full Fat Lashes mascara. I haven't used this one in a really long time. I love the wand though. That's a wand that I like, not a pokey plastic one. Even though it's funny because I always say that, but the Tom Ford Badass Black mascara that I love so much has that pokey plastic wand, except that the fibers aren't long. Like they don't stab your eyes, which is why it doesn't bother me. And the mascara itself just performs so well. But normally I like these more fluffy classic mascara wands over the pokey plastic ones. Wow, this is really nice. It's such a soft flutter that it's putting onto the lashes. Like it's really, really separating them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How have I forgotten you? That's a gorgeous mascara. Lovely. Okay, you guys, I've literally been filming this video forever. There were so many products to go through, and honestly, I have so many more products from Charlotte Tilbury that exist in my collection. We didn't even touch on the eyeliners. Hello? These are all the eyeliners I have. So many more lip products. I'm gonna link the old full face of Charlotte Tilbury that I did almost 2 years ago now, if you guys wanted to check that out. I look like a completely different human. My hair is short and blonde. And I used a few different products in that video too that I still have in my collection today. But I just wanted to do an updated full face, use some of the products that are newer in the Charlotte Tilbury line, and just do this very, very full covered, flawless makeup look, which actually turned out so nice. I'm thrilled with how this turned out. At the start, when we were loading on base products, I had little faith that this was going to turn out, but it actually ended up being flawless indeed. I'm so excited about a few of the new launches, the new additions to the collection, and I am thrilled with how this eye look turned out. If you have any favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury, I want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite products that you've tried? Are there a few products from this video that you're excited to try if you haven't? And if there's some products you don't like, I want to hear from you in the comments down below, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you if you wanted to see some of the Charlotte Tilbury products in action. And my friends, thank you so much as always for watching. I'll see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!